Be me, 38F, Senior Director of People and Culture at a top-tier Silicon Valley tech giant. Corner office with floor-to-ceiling glass, overlooking the Bay Bridge. Make $350K a year plus stock options. Masters in Sociology from Berkeley, MBA from Stanford. TED Talk alumni, published author of Shattering the Silicon Ceiling. Single by choice, because no man can match my intellectual intensity. Live in a brutalist minimalist condo in Soma. Everything is white, gray, or chrome. Own a hairless cat named Simone, after de Beauvoir. Spend my weekends at silent retreats or wine tastings with other high-powered women. We talk about disruption, synergy, and the dismantling of archaic power structures. My life is perfect. My life is the apex of modern liberation. Enter Clara, new hire in the back-end engineering division. 23 years old, MIT graduate, summa cum laude. IQ arguably higher than the entire executive board combined. I see her file before I see her. Perfect GPA. Awards for algorithmic innovation, recruited by Google and OpenAI. She chose us. I make it my personal mission to mentor her. We need more women in hard engineering. We need faces for the annual diversity report. I walk down to the dev pit to introduce myself, expecting a sharp, ambitious shark ready to eat the world. Instead, I find a mouse. Oversized hoodie, messy bun, no makeup, hiding behind 3 monitors, typing furiously, sipping tea from a thermos with a cartoon cat on it. She looks up, eyes wide, terrified. Hi, I'm Clara. Voice is soft, shaky. I smile my practiced, predatory corporate smile. I'm Melissa, and you, Clara, are the future. She blinks. Oh, okay, I just want to fix this kernel panic. Adorable. She doesn't know her own power yet. I will mold her. I will turn this soft clay into a diamond-tipped drill bit. Start scheduling weekly mentorship coffees. She tries to decline, says she has sprint deadlines. I override her manager. This is about optics, about the sisterhood. First meeting. We go to the company barista bar. I order a double-shot oat milk cortado. She asks for a hot chocolate. I raise an eyebrow. Coffee is the fuel of the revolution, Clara. She laughs nervously. I don't really like the taste. It's bitter. I sip my bitter sludge. Bitterness is an acquired taste, like power. She stares at her shoes. I start lecturing her on personal branding. Tell her she needs to speak up in stand-ups. Tell her to stop apologizing before asking questions. Tell her to wear blazers, not hoodies. Dress for the job you want, not the job you have. But I want this job. I like coding. No, Clara, you want to be a CTO. You want to be a founder. You want to sit on boards. She looks confused. I do. Yes, because you owe it to the women who couldn't. I see the guilt set in. Good. Guilt is a motivator. Fast forward 6 months. Clara is performing well technically, but socially she's still a disaster. Doesn't network, eats lunch alone or with the other junior devs, mostly awkward guys. I decide to intervene. Invite her to the Women in Leadership Gala. $500 a plate ticket. I cover it. Tell her it's mandatory for her professional development. She shows up wearing a dress that looks like it came from a thrift store. Floral pattern, modest cut cardigan, surrounded by women in Armani, power suits and Louboutins. I steer her around the room like a show pony. This is Clara, our prodigy from MIT. Everyone nods, impressed. They ask her about her career, 5-year plan. She says, I'd like to learn Rust and maybe get a dog. Silence. I laugh sharp and loud. She's joking. She's gunning for lead architect by 25. Clara shrinks. I pull her aside near the champagne tower. You are embarrassing me. Ambition is not a dirty word. I'm sorry, Melissa, I don't care about titles. You don't have the luxury of not caring. You represent a demographic. She looks like she's going to cry. Good. Tears calcify into rage eventually. Then the bomb drops. Tuesday afternoon. I'm walking past the loading dock to get to my reserved parking spot. See Clara standing there. She's talking to a guy. He's wearing a blue uniform. Logo says Johnson HVAC and Repair. He's holding a wrench. Grease on his hands. Broad shoulders, square jaw. Looks like he eats steak for every meal. Laughing. Clara is laughing. Not her nervous, polite laugh. A real belly laugh. She's leaning in, touching his arm. I freeze. Watch from behind a pillar. The guy says something, wipes his hands on a rag, reaches into his truck, pulls out a Tupperware container, hands it to her. Mom made extra lasagna. Thought you'd like it. Clara beams. Thanks, Mike, you're the best. She kisses him on the cheek. He blushes. I feel bile rising in my throat. This cannot be happening. She is an MIT graduate. She is a potential Fortune 500 executive. He fixes air conditioners. Next day, I call Clara into my office. Emergency meeting. Sit her down. Clara, we need to talk about your choices. She looks panicked. Is it the code? I push the patch it past QA. It's not the code, it's the distractions. I pause for effect. I saw you with the maintenance man. Her face lights up. Oh, Mike, yeah, he's great. We've been dating for 3 months. Dating? Dating the help. I steep my fingers. Clara, listen to me. I'm telling you this as a friend. Socioeconomic compatibility is real. She tilts her head. What do you mean? I mean, what do you talk about? The weather, sports. He can't challenge you. She shrugs. We talk about hiking and movies, and he listens to me when I talk about algorithms. He thinks it's cool even if he doesn't understand the math. He's a tourist in your world, Clara. You need a partner, an equal, someone in the C-suite track. Mike is smart. He can fix anything. He built his own cabin upstate. A cabin, great. You can live in the woods and churn butter. Sarcasm drips from my voice. She doesn't catch it. Actually, that sounds kinda nice. I stare at her. She is delusional. Internalized misogyny, perfectly masking itself as romance. I double down, start overloading her with work. Put her on the high-potential track. Mandatory seminars on weekends. Late-night strategy sessions. Send her to conferences in London, Tokyo, Berlin. Keep her busy. Keep her away from the HVAC guy. She does the work. She's brilliant, so she handles it. But she looks tired. Bags under her eyes. Stopped bringing the cartoon thermos. Drinking black coffee now. I think I'm winning. I think I'm saving her. Year-end review approaches. I have a promotion lined up for her. Senior lead engineer. Comes with a team of 10 people to manage. And a 40% raise. And 80-hour work weeks. I call her in to deliver the good news. I have champagne ready. She walks in. She looks different. Calmer, wearing a soft sweater. Smiling. Sit down, Clara. Big day. She's it. Melissa, I have something to tell you. I have something to tell you first. You're being promoted. I slide the contract across the glass desk. Senior lead, stock grants, the works. She doesn't look at the paper. I can't accept it. I blink. Excuse me. I'm resigning. The room spins. The air conditioning hums loudly. Resigning to go where? Google Meta. Did they poach you? I'll match their offer. No, I'm not going to another company. Then what? A startup? Are you founding something? She takes a deep breath. Looks me right in the eye. First time she's held eye contact this long. I'm moving to Oregon with Mike. I stand up, knock my ergonomic chair over. The HVAC guy. He's taking over his uncle's electrical business. And we bought a plot of land. To do what? Starve. To live. I'm going to freelance a little maybe, but mostly, we want to start a family. A family. She is 24. She is a genius. She is throwing it all away to change diapers in the mud. Clara, you are making a catastrophic mistake. You are statistically likely to be divorced in 7 years. You will be financially dependent. You will lose your edge. I don't want an edge, Melissa. I want a life. This isn't a life. This is regression. I fought for you to be here. Women died so you could sit in this office. I know, and I'm grateful because I have the choice. And I'm choosing this. She stands up, places her badge on the desk. Thank you for everything, Melissa. You taught me a lot about what I don't want. She walks out. I stand there shaking, furious. She's weak. She's brainwashed. She'll be back. Give it a year. She'll be begging for a junior dev role when the rustic fantasy crumbles. 6 months pass. I stalk her Instagram. Hate scrolling at 2 a.m. with a glass of Pinot Noir. Expecting misery. See photos of a small farmhouse. Mountains in the background. Mike building a fence. Clara in overalls covered in dirt, holding a basket of tomatoes. She looks healthier. Tan. Glowing. Caption: first harvest. Tired but happy. I comment: cute hobby. When are you publishing your next paper? She doesn't reply. I throw my phone across the room. Focus on work. Launch a new initiative. Coding for kindergartners. Push for more diversity hiring. Fire a male manager for making a joke about shoes. I am powerful. I am making a difference. 2 years later, company sends me to a summit in Portland. Keynote speaker on the future of ethical AI. I realize I'm only an hour away from where Clara lives. Morbid curiosity takes over. I rent a car, drive out of the city, into the sticks, lose self-service. GPS leads me down a gravel road, dust coating my rented BMW. Pull up to a gate, Cedar Creek Homestead, wooden sign hand-painted. Drive up to the house. It's not a shack. It's beautiful. Timber frame, wraparound porch, solar panels on the roof, smoke curling from the chimney. I get out, heels sinking into the dirt. Dog barks. Golden retriever runs up, tail wagging. Door opens. Clara steps out. She's holding a baby. Of course she is. The barefoot prophecy fulfilled. Melissa. She sounds surprised but not hostile. Hello, Clara. I was in the neighborhood. She laughs. In the middle of the woods, come in. I walk inside, expecting squalor. Find warmth. Hardwood floors, hand-woven rugs. Smell of yeast and cinnamon. Fireplace crackling. Bookshelves everywhere. Not just cookbooks. Textbooks on botany, physics, structural engineering. Mike walks in from the kitchen, wiping flour off his hands. Dr. Sterling, good to see you. He's polite, confident, doesn't seem intimidated by my $3,000 suit. Hello, Mike. They offer me tea. Homemade herbal blend. I sit at the kitchen table. It's a slab of live-edge walnut. Did you buy this? I ask, touching the wood. Mike made it, Clara says, bouncing the baby. We felled the tree ourselves 2 years ago. I look at Mike. He's just smiling at his wife, like she's the only thing in the world. So I start trying to find a jagged edge to pick at. Do you miss the code, the intellectual stimulation? Clara puts the baby in a high chair, hands him a wooden block. I still code. I wrote a script to automate our irrigation system based on soil moisture sensors, and I contribute to open source projects on rainy days. Open source, so unpaid labor. It's fun. I don't need to be paid for everything I do. But your potential. Mike sets down a plate of scones. Her potential is right here, he says, quietly. I scoff. Raising a child is biology. Anyone can do it. Clara stops smiling, looks at me with a gaze that is suddenly very sharp. Have you ever grown something, Melissa, from seed? Have you ever built a shelter with your own hands? Have you ever raised a human being? I manage thousands of employees. I shape culture. You shape policy. You move numbers on a spreadsheet. If you died tomorrow, the company would replace you in a week. The room goes silent. The fire pops. If I died, Clara whispers, this whole world we built would feel it. My son would feel it. The land would feel it. I am essential here, truly essential. I look at her. No makeup, hair in a braid, baby spit up on her shoulder, and she looks regal. She looks like a queen in her own kingdom. I look at Mike. He puts a hand on her shoulder. Protective, loving, not possessive. Partnership. I feel a crack in my armor, a hairline fracture in the narrative I've built for 20 years. Are you happy? I ask. It comes out sounding desperate. Clara smiles, soft, pitying. Yes, I'm happy. Are you? I open my mouth to list my accolades, my stock portfolio, my awards, my speaking fees. But the words die in my throat because I realize she doesn't care. None of it translates here. My currency has no value in this house. I'm very busy, I say instead. Important work. Clara nods. I'm sure it is. I leave after an hour. Decline the offer for dinner. Can't stand the warmth anymore. It burns. Drive back to the city. Check into the 5-star hotel. Order room service. Turn on the TV to drown out the silence. Open my laptop. Check emails. 400 unread. Urgent flags. Budget discrepancies. HR complaints. Diversity quota updates. It all looks like gibberish. Like static. I think of the walnut table. I think of the baby holding the wooden block. I think of Mike looking at Clara. I pour a glass of wine. Drink it in one gulp. Pour another. Look at my reflection in the dark window. Impeccable suit. Perfect hair. Aging face. Alone. I open a new document. Start typing a new policy regarding remote work limitations. Delete it. Close the laptop. Lie in the king-sized bed. Sheets are 1,000 thread count Egyptian cotton. Cold. Smooth. Lifeless. I stare at the ceiling. Whisper to the empty room. I won. I broke the glass ceiling. I am free. The air conditioner hums back at me. It sounds like a laugh. I take a sleeping pill. Wait for the darkness. Tomorrow is Monday. Another battle to fight. Another young girl to save. I will find another Clara. And this time, I won't let her escape.